Hello everyone, Dan here for the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, I'll be doing a review for a new movie called Totally Killer from 2023. This movie is rated R with a runtime of an hour and 46 minutes. As of the recording of this video, we have a Rotten Tomato score of 85% for the critics, 83% for the audience, and also on Letterboxd, we have a 3.3 star average. Let me give you a quick synopsis for this film. 35 years after the shocking murder of three teens, the infamous Sweet 16 killer returns on Halloween night to claim a fourth victim. 17-year-old Jamie ignores her overprotective mom's warnings and comes face to face with the masked maniac. On the run for her life, accidentally travels to 1987, the year of the original killings. Forced to navigate the unfamiliar and the outrageous culture of the 1980s, Jamie teams up with her mom to take down the killer once and for all before she's stuck in the past forever. This movie is directed by Nachka Khan, written by David Matalon and Sasha Pearl Raver and Jen D'Angelo. This film stars Kieran Shipka as Jamie, who you may know from the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, Julie Bowen as Pam Hughes, Olivia Holt as Pam Miller, the younger version of Julie Bowen's character, Charlie Gillespie as the Blake Hughes, the teenage version, Lachlan Munro as the adult Blake Hughes, Kelsey Mawema as Amelia Creston, and Troy Lee Johnson as the teen version of Lauren Creston, and Randall Park as Sheriff Dennis Lim. Um, so I had a really good time with this film. I didn't know, I saw that the advertisement for it on the streaming platform, and I wasn't sure what it was. I didn't even know that it was like this Halloween slash slash this slasher type of movie. But it was recommended to me by a few people that I know, and I usually take the recommendations seriously because they kind of know what I like. And they were not wrong. I really enjoyed this film. So let's talk about it. I think this movie derives its strength from the incredibly charismatic cast who effortlessly breathes life into the roles, each actor embodying the character with a blend of authenticity and charm, making their experiences feel relatable, unique, and just really hit to the heart of the audience. The film navigates the complexities of teenage life in 2023 with a keen eye, capturing the essence of the modern challenges as they kind of contrast all this stuff with the life in 1987 and how different it was being a teenager there. So I think this dichotomy just creates a really fun set of circumstances and for the characters to follow around, especially as we follow around Jamie's character played by Kiernan Shipka. I think it's just really fun. Like she's put into some really interesting situations where if you are of a certain age, you probably know enough about life in 1987 and also life in 2023 to have a full appreciation of the how humorous some of the situations are, and also how things have changed and most of the time for the better, a lot of it. So yeah, really interesting stuff. I love that stuff. This movie not only pays homage to the horror slasher genre but also cleverly subverts a lot of its conventions. The film keeps its audience on the edge of their seats by lulling them into a false sense of security as things kind of change. I think introducing the time travel aspect of this film makes it really fun because you think you know what's going to happen but you don't. So this delivers a lot of unexpected twists and turns. It ingeniously manipulates the traditional horror elements with, whether it's a suspenseful sequence or some jump scares to kind of craft this atmosphere of horror while still being very self aware and injecting humor into moments that typically would not be as humorous. I think this duality between horror and humor, it brings a really nice balance to the film, and it ensures that it stands out. So the film is not so much just a thrill ride all the way, but there's still enough thrills and laughs to make this very interesting. I think the film satire goes beyond the surface level of the comedy. I think it delves into some societal issues. As I mentioned, it offers a lot of commentary on some topics that just relate to the life of a teenager back in 1987 versus the life of teenagers now, the relationships with their parents, and just kind of like the whole family dynamic. But it's never just too serious. It never just uh, relies on the tropes of the horror film, especially because it introduces this sci-fi aspect of the time travel, which I think it's I really did not see that coming. Like I when it happened, it took me a second to kind of reset my brain to be like, oh, we're going there. Okay, this is not just a very surface level like Scream or whatever. Like this is not just a slasher. It invited a lot more to ensure that this film kind of resonated with the audience a little bit in a different manner to kind of set it apart from many of the movies that we get nowadays. So I think the pacing of this film, it's also just fantastic. The narrative unfolds very seamlessly, keeping us engaged at every turn. It builds tension organically, creating some sense of anticipation because you think you know what's going to happen because of the knowledge of us as watchers of the movie. But then also, like I said, it subverts some of those expectations. It changes a few things. The film also visually just balances the juxtaposition of the eras. I think it does really fun things with trying to make both seem very authentic, but still set in this small town USA place where everybody knows everyone's business, everybody knows everybody. Like, so just it's definitely a piece of two contemporary eras, but still set in this small town, which means that some things change a lot, some things maybe don't change as much. So I think that really enhances the viewing experience. So yeah, I had a really good time with this. I think this film is just very creative. I think it's a little innovative with some of the things that it tries to do. It takes a lot of familiar elements and just brings them into something entirely fresh and exhilarating. So, like I mentioned, the cast, the exploration of these generational shifts between these two time eras, and just having all of the horror tropes and the satire and the pay like just the commentary on some of those things while using it within the story. I think it makes for a really good time. It's not a very long movie, which I also appreciate. I think it hits that sweet spot where of like any movie between 90 and 100 minutes that's kind of like a horror thriller type of thing. That's where I want it. I think to me that's just a great time to enjoy a film and just have a good time. So highly recommend this. I think if you're looking for something that is in the spooky genre, but not totally like a horror thing, this is perfect. I think slashers fill in that role. I don't think it ever gets too like violent, although there is some stuff. It is rated R, so go into go into it knowing that part of it. But yeah, I'm excited to see if they do anything else with this. If not, I think this is just a really fun. Like I said, the time travel aspect of it really caught me by surprise, but it was something that I really enjoyed. So there you have it. I'll be talking about more horror movies throughout the month just to kind of get into the season. So if you are looking for something specific, let me know down in the comments. As always, thank you for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. That is most Saturdays, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Stay tuned. We have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, all that fun stuff in the channel. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye bye.